Alright, so now we go on to question number 5. So Eric, what is the biggest challenge that you face when you start out this real estate career, and how do you manage to overcome it?
I think every new agent will face two things. First is how to generate leads, how to find leads to start. Second is that how do you actually conduct a full deal by yourself in terms of the submission, in terms of checking with different authorities whether this place can be used for this purpose or not, or even for HDB, whether this person, how to do a proper calculation, how to plan a timeline.
Yeah.
I think these two is exactly what every new agent will face. So we talk about the first one, all the system and procedure. I think the thing is that what I mentioned earlier, because I got to follow Sean to viewing, and after every viewing when he is doing the administrative work or even the calculation, I was there personally to see how he calculates. That's the first part we see. After that, the time appointment with the client, we actually usually we will go to somewhere for coffee, and then we will go through the calculation and timeline together. I think that's where, because you don't only listen, you learn a lot of things in your RES course, but I bet you remember none until now, except that it's very hard to get an exam slot. So when you come into this actual market practices, I think it's very important that you really go into the case by yourself. But at the start, you do a case, so you follow your Sean's cases, and then we will actually evaluate whether is it the timeline, the budget, is it sufficient, and he will tell me why yes and why not. So from there, you can actually learn. Okay, then second thing is the apply part, because first you learn, second you need to apply. So when I got my personal case, my client, Sean will also tag along. But instead of he doing the thing by himself, he will let me do first, and then he support me by adding on some critical pointers that I might miss out. For example, the deadline for the CPF to come in. For example, when you sell a house, from the completion for CPF to come in is about 3 to 4 weeks from the completion date. That one nobody taught, you also don't know. RES also might not tell you in the course. So that is something that Sean will highlight and I will remember, because that's so important. Yeah, so it's through all this real case study that we actually get more familiar with the procedure. Second, I think is lead generation. We try all sort of different lead generation, whether it's door knock, whether it's flyers, whether it's online, different methods, and then we will actually filter out those that doesn't work for us. It might work for you, but if not working for us, we just eliminate, and then we focus on whatever that is useful. And then from there, we actually grow. Another thing that I'm being taught by Sean is it's just not all about transacting. We are more than just a transactor. Because you are a consultant, you have your own personal branding. It's the same. Like sometimes if you always go and see doctor, right? Even you go for hair salon, usually you will stick to the barber for a few years. You won't change because you know that one is what you already used to. Ultimately, I think that the two main issues that new agent will meet, lead generation as well as the procedure, I think I got it covered by Sean.
Okay. I've always believed that most of the time our learning curve goes exponential is when we have gone through on-the-job training, or when we shadow our mentors to go and handle some of the presentations, as well as doing the negotiations and closing. And in fact, on the OJT, we really learn a lot more about managing humans, managing expectations, managing emotions. Because at the end of the day, we as agents, our role is not just only to close deals, but we are also managing parties from both sides of the deal to come to the agreement. There will be points of mitigation, there will be points of managing expectations, so that everyone feels that they have a win-win situation in that agreement. Alright, so the next question we want to hear from Eric's honest opinion, unfiltered. Has there been ever a time that you felt like giving up?
No but there are dry periods lah. Yeah, sure, super sure. Because I don't think real estate is a job. That's the thing.
Okay.
I think it's a lifestyle. For me, waking up, replying message, all that, I feel that it's doing what I like. I want to follow up. So to me, unless you're like me, if not, you'll feel quite tedious all the time. But I mean, there definitely be dry moment. You cannot every month be clocking platinum. There will be months that it's not 100K, maybe only 3K, 5K, whatever. And then you'll compare to your previous month. Like, how come last month I can clock that amount, but this month cannot? So I think there will be a very, roller coaster kind of moment for you, because no one is there to tell you that you must produce this KPI. It's an individual kind of career. However, because of the team culture and the constant updates with each other, sometimes you'll get motivated. I think all we need is a motivation. Because to be very honest, hard work doesn't earn you a fortune. But if you are not even working hard, then that's it already. But sometimes as an individual, we will get tired. That's why I think a very good team support is very important. Not only follow a leader that is earning a lot of money, because that's none of your business. 你 leader 赚钱关你屁事，没有人不关你的事。Follow a leader that willing to see how much he can help you to at least grow yourself to earn. I think that is very important. I think that also help when I'm at the low moment of individual months and all. Yep.
Okay. Alright, so next question. How have you grown professionally and personally when you first joined this team?
I think definitely I grew a lot, because when we came in, we only have assignment, nothing. No experience, nothing. But throughout case by case, like what I mentioned earlier, we go through case together, especially some cases that not really being mentioned or taught by the courses. For example, if your husband and wife divorce, the one you also won't go and ask until you got such a case on hand. And then for example, estate sales, somebody passed on. Yeah, for example, you do a listing, the owner, the mother have dementia. Then how? Yeah, all this is real cases that I handled before. So that is where I think when we go through these cases, I think you learn best when you are really handling the real cases. Because you know that you need to solve it. It's not like a question or you curious to know, interested to know, but don't need to know. But this is why you need to know lah. So that's how we actually grow. It's really by stepping into the industry, go through case by case.
And personally, how do you find that you have grown? Like, have you learned something along the way you handle perhaps disputes, or maybe some difficult situations?
I think I learned one thing is not to take cases more personally as a realtor, because a lot of time you want to help the client to actually get win-win situation. Because I mean, for example, I represent landlord interest, but only when the tenant feel that he also win, then he will willing to sign the lease, which is the benefit to my landlord. But sometimes when you are doing something like that, if you are not careful, you might make the landlord feel that you are actually helping the tenant. When you actually full intention is to help the landlord to close the deal. Because landlord is not individual. We talk about individual residential landlord. Unlike commercial landlord that have a lot of property, they're already very used to that. Some landlord are very first time. They think that if you are my agent, you should help me to get 100% what I want. But the thing is that sometimes it's not like that. You imagine you're a tenant, you cannot possibly agree to everything that the landlord wants. For example, you can only use aircon from 8 to 10, but you only come back at 6 o'clock in the morning. Then something is not right now. Correct? So all these things we must be very careful. Yeah, another thing is that I think experience actually helps you in making life decisions. For example, this year, the first thing that I do after the dust was settled down last year was to buy my very first house immediately, because that's the right thing to do. It's not whether should I do it, but that's the right thing to do. If you are to understand the industry more, if you ask me why I PM me, I will tell you. Yeah.
So instead of convincing someone to step into the boat, he himself to experience what is being an investor, how is it like being a property owner, to feel the pinch, as well as all the commitments that is in the upcoming years as well. But because you are in the boat, you are also in a better position for you to advise your clients to avoid certain pitfalls. Am I right to say that?
Yep.
Okay, cool. And so at this point, I want to ask a question. What advice would you give for someone joining our team, or even in this real estate career?
First of all, if you are interested in joining in the industry, I think you must know one thing is that it's better that you start your journey earlier. Come and speak to us, PM us, because usually we will meet individually. Like Sean, when he meet me individually. So, because everyone have a different life stage, everyone have different priorities in life. So, when you're interested, just contact Sean, let's meet up. We want to hear from you first. It's not about what we want to tell you, but what you can let us know about yourself, and then we see how we can actually journey with you. Because at the end of of the day, if only we are on the same mentality, mindset, frequency, then we can journey together. If you meet us, you feel that, Sean is not the right mentor or Eric is not the right mentor, then you just go. But at least you meet us, you experience us yourself, and you know that this is not suitable. I think that is very important.
Yeah. And it's also to be fair to yourself as well. When you hear the vision of the leader and the things that we have been doing, if it doesn't suit your lifestyle, I think it's fine. But if it's something that it flows together with your values, your priorities in life, I always believe in one thing: where there's agreement, there's power.
Yeah.
No agreement, no power.
I almost say amen, but yes. Yeah, correct, yes.
Okay, so something at the point of that reflection, if you could go back to the first day when you first joined this team, what would you tell yourself, your younger self 1 year ago?
I'll tell myself, actually don't need to worry, because things will turn out good. I mean, there will definitely be struggles. Actually, this is an interesting part because we are human. You will go through fear, anxiety, you will go through a state of don't know what to do. I think that is all part and parcel of life. But if you want to achieve greater results, to be very honest, then you must take on what other people don't take. For example, you are working in a corporate company, 9 to 5, very safe. Every month you know that the money will come in. If not, you just call MOM. That's it. But being an entrepreneur or being a self-employed also is very different. But you must know that because you're doing different things, your income will be very different. If that is something that you want to actually try to achieve, not say that you will definitely achieve, but you want to try to achieve, then just go and try out. At the end of the day, I can tell you that there will always be job. It's just whether you want to do it or not. So if today you come and try, you feel that, real estate is not suitable, I cannot produce food on the table, then just happily leave and then join back to the workforce. But at least one thing that you did is that you actually answer yourself that you tried. In life is about trying, right?
Yep.
I got a friend, go Lily Gaga, concern you go 2 times. At front and the end. Try, experiencing, just so you know. So at the end of the day, I feel that no matter what kind of desire you have, go ahead and try. Let the result tell you whether you should go another step ahead in this journey. Yeah.
I think the one thing we always learn that the greatest regret is not having to try. That's all I can say. For Eric, I feel that in his journey with us, he has never restricted himself in terms of his mindset. He has been very open-minded to try new things. In fact, there are a lot of initiatives that's come from his own ideas. And for me, as a mentor, we always support because we never know, new ideas may work out differently because everybody have different point of perspective, right, or point of view. And unless when the point where we try, if it doesn't work, then we just say that, well, let's go on to the next opportunity that we can find. So as long as we keep on trying and we find what actually works and we focus on that and build our strength, I think that is true power. Yeah. If you're a new RES or an experienced agent who wish to find out more details about our team and how we can support you to achieve your success together, please do not hesitate to call us at our mobile number. I'm Sean from SG District Homes, and I look forward to see you and address those questions that you want to ask.